How's your life going by being so tall? What kind of thriller that follows the story of two young great cello prodigies in the dark pursuit of perfection. Logan was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. She moved to Los Angeles when she was 14 years old. She quickly found success, cast as recurring. And as you heard a little bit about him before, but I will now introduce him again, AC Green spent 16 seasons in the NBA. He won 3 championships with the Los Angeles Lakers. His teammates include Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant. AC is known as NBA's Iron Man, as Bob mentioned, having played 1,192 straight games. If you look back at your life success, was there a turning point or perhaps an especially influential person who really made a difference in your course of life, who really sort of set you in the right direction and had a lot to do with your success? I'm going to start with Logan. We'll go right now.
Good morning, y'all. I've had a lot of really great people in my life. I've been really blessed that way, and I'm grateful for it. I honestly think a lot of my teachers growing up, I remember one of my teachers, my course teacher, Mike Durow, it was just the level of discipline and compassion that he had for us and for the students, and so that's something that I kind of hope to emulate in my life, is having compassion and a level of seriousness about all of the work that I do. I'm from Georgia, so I owe a lot to my home and to the upbringing of that I had there, my family, my parents. I had wonderful parents. Yeah, that's what I'll kick it off with.
AC, how about you? Was there a particular person or a turning point that you remember was influential in your success?
Well, I actually think it, first of all, hello Laker Nation. We love you too, definitely. Appreciate all the love. I think, as Logan said, honestly, if I look outside the home first, one of my high school teachers.
I think I struggled when I was a little kid just to figure out how to make sense of the world that I was in. So I grew up at a time, I was actually born during a time where in at least a third of the states in the United States, black people couldn't vote. I grew up at a time where there was still segregation. There were some places that you couldn't go. And I grew up in a time where less than 1% of students who were in historically white institutions were people of color. That was in my lifetime. So my parents tried to prepare me for a world in which those weren't the circumstances without knowing for sure that things would really change. And so that more or less created this sense that you have to prepare yourself while recognizing that there are real barriers out there. So that was sort of the first layer. But I was a girl on top of being a young woman of color. And there wasn't a lot of conversation about what it would mean to be a black girl. And so I had to sort this stuff out on my own. So one of the most memorable moments for me when I think I was trying to figure it out but didn't have the words for it was when in kindergarten we used to play this game called Thorn Rosa. And it's sort of like this game where you sing this song and all of the kids get to play, you know, these different characters. It's sort of like a mashup of Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty and Goldilocks all wrapped up together. And so every girl wants to be the beautiful princess in this sort of story. But of course there's the witch and the pigs and the king and the queen and all that kind of stuff. So you get to play all these different roles. And I wanted to be Thorn Rosa. I wanted to be the pretty little princess that everybody knew was so beautiful and wanted to go off and live happily ever after. And so every time we tried to play the game, I would always put my hand up like, please choose me, I want to be Thorn Rosa. And she always would choose another little girl to be Thorn Rosa. And I started noticing that no matter how well I played the other roles, like as the horse I would neigh, and as the pig I would oink oink, you know, mouse I would scurry around. I thought if I did a great job at all of the other roles, that one day I'd be Thorn Rosa. Until we got to the last day of the semester, the last day of the school year, I still hadn't been Thorn Rosa, and I start to freak out. And I'm asking her every hour, please, please, can I be Thorn Rosa? Can I be Thorn Rosa? She says, later, later, later. We get to the last hour, the last 15 minutes, and I'm about to actually lose it. So then she says, okay, we're gonna play Thorn Rosa. Everybody, hands together. They start singing the song, and I prepare myself for the grand entrance, and as soon as they sing Thorn Rosa, the bell rings. And school is over. So my heart starts to crack. I'm about to cry. She says, no, we'll do it on the school lawn. We huddle up again. They start to sing the song. Just as I'm about to walk into the archway, the parents start calling their kids. Carlos, come on, it's time to go. Let's go. So one by one, all the little kids leave, and I am just out of my mind with grief. My brother is on the other side of the playground. He comes over and he says, what's happening? And I'm just saying, Thorn Rosa, Thorn Rosa. And he said, who is Thorn Rosa? Where does she live? Who are her people? He wanted to go and take care of this Thorn Rosa.
Because you have chosen one of the most competitive kinds of careers to go into. We all see the successes, but there are many people who aspire to do what you're doing and just simply can't make it. More competitive. But can you elaborate on it? Because you have to have thick skin to take on and you have to have tremendous faith in yourself. You have to have thick skin to be ready for rejection, or maybe you didn't have rejection. Can you tell us something?
Yeah, so, you say this is something that I chose, and it is something we all get to make our choices in life. And for me, I started acting at 15 professionally, and I'm 30 now, and I truly believe that it is a God thing for me. I grew up in the church. My parents had me in church every 7:15 a.m. service. My dad would wake us up at 6 and make sure we were ready to go. There were no excuses. We wore ties. No, Logan, you're not wearing that. Put on that dress. Put on those tights. Very, very religious growing up. And church was I grew up going to a couple of different churches. We ended up, I go to the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, it's the Martin Luther King Church, if you don't know that. For me, watching specifically my dad being such a faith-based man, no matter what, and watching him give his tithes, what it instilled in me was a sense of faith, of commitment, of community, of your blessings are not for you, they are to be shared. That's something I feel very deeply. I feel that I've been very blessed, and it's not just for me to enjoy it for myself. Any blessings that we have, whether they're our talents, whether they are our time, monetary, our wisdom, they're all to be shared. And I do believe that God has constantly put me in the position that I'm in. Every time I've tried to leave this industry, this town, like I said, I'm from Georgia, I've gone back, and He's brought me back out here, and I feel like it's for a reason. And that thick skin you talk about, I really do refer to my faith, and I refer to that when it comes to my activism. I don't consider myself a religious person anymore. Even though I identify as a Christian, I meditate, I study Buddhism, and Tantra, and everything. I'm interested in a lot of things, but ultimately, when I go back to my Christian roots, and I think about activism, I think about the caring for everybody, and I feel like we all have to do a better job of taking care of each other, and this is our community. We are each other's community, and it's really important to look after each other, because if we don't, then who is? And that was one of Martin Luther King's great messages, was that it's not an I thing, it's a we thing. This world isn't about one person, it's about all of us. And I definitely got that from my parents, and I me what my parents made sure that we did was that I'm Black, and the history of that Blackness and the richness of that Blackness. And for me, that's important because this world doesn't always see that. And so it's very important to me in my work. And when I speak, that people see the beauty in their Blackness and know that we are a rich culture and a rich history, and we should be proud.
To Stevie's on Pico, what should I get?
You should definitely try our seafood gumbo. Gumbo, if you're not familiar with it, it's more of a stocky soup made out of a roux, which is like flour and oil, and it does take a long process to make, but once it's finished, it's a beautiful dish. We add king crab legs in it, we have smoked chicken, and smoked sausage. We actually put 2 types of sausage in our gumbo. We do an andouille sausage that's very traditional in New Orleans, and we also add beef hot link in it, which makes it so flavorful and savory. And then we add like shrimp and the king crab. It makes it sweet and salty and fully loaded.
Wow.
So I definitely recommend trying that. Also, that's super close to my heart is our fried chicken. We smoke our chicken first, then deep fry it, so it's super flavorful. As soon as you bite into it, it's like a burst of smoky and just hot fried chicken.
Sounds delicious.